Welcome back to the Bootleg Studios of Rant Social. What you're looking at here is the FS1 sports debate show, Skip and Shannon, for those who don't know. All right, you have pictured here the quote unquote African American male Shannon Sharp and the quote unquote Caucasian male Skip Bayless have been working together for a few years on this show. And for the most part, it's highly entertaining. All right, they go back and forth about various subjects in the sports world, and they often leak out and start talking about social topics. So this is a very sneaky show on FS1 as far as their influence. They just don't talk about what's going on the field. They get into the players' personal lives. That leaks out into social issues, and they start their programmed influencing or their attempt to influence you or sway you one way or another. And in this video, as you can tell by the title of my video here, they're going to sway you or try to sway you in favor of taking a vaccine. Okay, I'm not here to dispute whether the vaccine works or not, whether it's good for you or not. But what I want to highlight here is there's a definite push in the media among celebrities of all kinds, actors, musicians, rappers, athletes. If they're out there famous in the public eye, most of them are pushing you to take this vaccine. And I want to make one other point before I start playing this video, before I forget. Whether you have taken the vaccine or not, whether you believe in it or not, or you know the facts about it or not, where are these unions? You're paying union dues for those that belong to unions. Your unions have lawyers, or at least they're supposed to have legal representation. This is why you have a union. One by one, people close to me at their profession are being told, take the shot, or basically it's your job. You either take the shot, or you're being forced to resign, or you're being let go. However they want to word it now, whatever fancy word they want to put it. Basically, you're going to be fired if you don't take this shot. I've had a friend in the law office. I've had people in hospitals. If you don't take the shot, and I'm pretty sure this applies to, and I'm not sure about this, but you guys can let me know in the comment section. This applies to school teachers as well, and of course preschool and daycare people. So where are the unions? This is my main point I want to make on this video. Where are your unions that you're paying union dues to? Why are they not fighting in court for your right to either take it or not? This is not a video about the effectiveness of the shot, because YouTube is sensitive to what you say about it. But I want to speak about your right to take the shot or not to take the shot. And why aren't your unions, who's supposed to be legally representing you at your workplace if you're paying union dues, why are they not stepping in your behalf and slowing this process down? No talk of this. All right, but you guys are paying a lot of union dues. I'm not part of a union, but those of you who are, that are paying thousands of dollars in union dues a year, where's your union now? And people, I want you to understand, you cannot trust your celebrities. This is one of my favorite shows. I enjoy watching these two guys. I enjoyed watching Shannon when he was on CBS. I enjoyed watching Skip when he was on ESPN. I enjoy watching them both here together. But they are quote unquote plants. Allegedly. Okay, they are here to put out information and sway you one way or another. And I'll let them speak for themselves here. Bill Belichick, to set up this clip, the coach for the New England Patriots, has a very interesting take on this vaccine. Have a listen. This won't take long.
Former club coach, because in classic Bill Belichick fashion, he didn't have too much to say yesterday about the decision to release Cam Newton and make rookie Mac Jones the team's starting quarterback. However, Belichick did dismiss the idea that Newton's vaccination status played a role in the decision to cut the former MVP. Take a listen.
For my wallet, I just wanted three things. Had to be simple, really easy to access your cards, and last forever.
No, I mean, look, you guys keep talking about that, and I would just point out that I don't know what the number is. I mean, you guys can look it up. You have the access to a lot of information, but the number of players and coaches and staff members that have, been infected by COVID in this training camp who have been vaccinated is a pretty high number.
Did you hear that? Okay, let's rewind it a little bit in case you didn't hear it. Take another listen.
Status played a role in the decision to cut the former MVP. Take a listen.
No, I mean, look, you guys keep talking about that, and I would just point out that I don't know what the number is. I mean, you guys can look it up. You have the access to a lot of information, but the number of players and coaches and staff members that have, been infected by COVID in this training camp who have been vaccinated is a pretty high number.
Now, the person you're looking at here, okay, all he does is crunch numbers. He's the head football coach for the New England Patriots. He has been so for the past 20-something years, I believe, or close to 20 years. He's the top coach right now in all of sports, not just football, all of sports. Why? Because he's renowned and he's legendary. He's a legend for crunching numbers. Okay, working 18-hour days, crunching numbers. That's all he does. So for him to say this now, you think that he hasn't done his research on this shot? You damn sure, you better be sure he has. For him to make this statement on television, he knows what he knows. He's seen the numbers and he's made this statement. Now take a listen to Skip and Shannon as they try to sway you against what Bill Belichick has just stated here.
So I wouldn't lose sight of that.
Shannon, what do you make of these comments?
I didn't like them. Coach Belichick, no.
What you didn't like about it? The man said clearly the number of staff and athletes and personnel at the New England Patriots affected by COVID that have been vaccinated is significant.
There's not been a vaccine or medicine created, Skip, that was 100%.
Fact.
Most things are 99.9. There are a lot of things that are 99.9, 98.7. But there's been nothing, vaccine, chemo, that can be given to an individual says the doctor's going to say it's 100%. What Coach Belichick...
Shannon, we know that. We know that no medicine that's man-made is 100%.
is done, he realizes that the vaccine, what it does, it makes you less likely to get it. If you were to get it, the symptoms would most likely be less severe.
Okay, you see what he's doing here? What facts and what numbers is coming out of this man's mouth right now? Now, I love you, Shannon, but right now you're speaking a lot of what they call hyperbole. You're not saying any facts. You're not putting out any numbers. And you're not doing that because you don't want to be sued.
Right.
And you are less likely to require hospitalization.
Yep.
What he did...
What percentage are you less likely? See, he's talking like you're talking in a barbershop, but he's speaking like if he's coming from a perspective of an expert, and he's not putting out any numbers or statistical data to back up his claims.
It was minimize the vaccine.
He did.
And he shouldn't have done that. Coach Belichick, the guy that got busted for Spygate because he'd do anything.
if Belichick is minimizing the vaccine, what are you doing here, Shannon? You're maximizing the vaccine.
To win. Now, all of a sudden, knowing that unvaccinated players put his team at a greater risk of losing because they're going to miss time, now all of a sudden, when nobody said, Coach Belichick, that was the only reason. That was the main reason. We're saying that's one of the reasons. Just like you say, when you lose a game and someone says, was it that blown assignment? He says, no, we didn't tackle.
And I want to say one thing here. If you took a poll, black, white, Chinese, Asian, whatever, who do you think is more intelligent? Bill Belichick or Shannon Sharp? Who's more qualified to speak on this shot? Bill Belichick or Shannon Sharp? Who makes a living crunching numbers and who makes a living running their mouth?
Well, we didn't block well, we didn't do anything on special teams. Well, there's a lot of reasons. That wasn't the only reason, it was one of the reasons. So by him minimizing it, we heard what Urban Meyer said, although he backtracked because the NFLPA has gotten involved. The Buffalo Bills, we heard what they said, NFLPA got involved. Skip.
Indianapolis.
He said there are consequences for unvaccinated players.
All except Belichick.
Only Coach Belichick, I mean, he vaccinated. But that's neither here nor there, Skip. Look.
You see, now we're getting into a territory of medical disclosure. No one is supposed to have their medical records publicly disclosed. There's an act, and I forget the name of it right now. It escapes me. But there's an act, and this is why all of this stuff is kind of illegal. Asking for vaccination cards to get into public establishments, that's basically asking you for your medical records. That's basically asking you for your medical information. Right? And right here, this man, Shannon Sharp, is speculating about another man's medical information. But I want to wrap this up, and I want to bring it home again and say, listen, don't trust your celebrities, man. Even the people that you like, they will mislead you. Okay, and question your union leaders. Those of you who are out there paying union dues, and you're being faced with take the shot or your job. Find out why they're not doing anything about this. Find out why your basic human rights are being dismissed at this current time. All right. This has been Rand Social. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, have a wonderful day.